put your battery in there. Because before you wire this, you want to make sure, since I ordered pretty much all these parts from China, you want to make sure that they're wired correctly. So we're going to touch both of these, and our light's going to come on. No, they are not. So on this particular battery pack, as you saw with the other one, it was correct, but with this one it doesn't seem to be, so we're going to try the other wire. Let's take this back around. I know somebody's out there going, aha, he should have tested this all. But you know what? We all make mistakes, and this is the reason why we're having a video, and I'm showing you how to test while you're doing it. Alright, now you see if we can actually see our lights here. Boom. Light on, light off. This is the correct wiring sequence. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And before you glue this battery pack, you're going to want to make sure you have enough wiring space. As you can see, this wire goes pretty far back, and we have extra here. This wire goes pretty far back, and we have extra. So I want to put that on this side, so it's closer to that switch. Yes, we have enough. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Just take some hot glue to hold it in. Be fairly generous with it. Stick it down in there. And then just to seal up the sides, take some hot glue on the sides here. And you want to do this around all four sides. I'm sorry this is so boring, guys, but again, it's very informative. And for those of you that are like me, a helmet is not a helmet if it doesn't have LEDs. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just gluing around the top side of that now. And that's just further securing our 9-volt battery. And just like all my other videos, I apologize now because people keep text messaging me. Let me go ahead and see who that is real quick. And believe it or not, that was another LED question. So today's a good day for making LED videos. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and solder our red connection. So let me get that over here now. I see that we got that nice glue in there and it dried so fast. That's why I love hot glue. We can turn that over and we don't have to worry about our battery falling on us. As you can notice, it's easier to wire this up when you don't have a visor because you can come through. We're just going to take some solder and drop it right there on that wire. It's going to hold that wire into place. And bridge our connection. For those of you that don't know, solder is basically a liquid metal. So not only does it harden, but it also conducts electricity, which makes your connection better than if you just twist it. Alright, so now that we've done that, I'm going to insulate and seal this switch with hot glue. Hot glue is non-conductive, so we're going to put that around the 2 wires. And that's not only going to keep those wires in place, but it's going to make sure that no one gets electrocuted because we've now insulated them. So there's no way you can touch a raw wire. Now while we're doing this, notice I'm doing very generous amounts of hot glue because I want that completely insulated. You want to push up a little bit on your switch because that same hot glue that's insulating your wires is going to keep your switch in place. And while that dries, we will turn our helmet over, pull this black wire around, and we can now solder up our last wire. Now one of the easier things is if you take and you twist that wire around and then crimp it into place. Makes it a lot easier to solder. It doesn't have to be pretty for 2 reasons. 1, nobody's going to see it, you're covering up with tape. And 2, you don't have to worry about getting a good connection because we are soldering this, and that liquid metal here, or resin, depending on how you say it, is going to fill in the gap between our 2 wires and create a nice solid connection. Man, I hope you guys can actually see this, but alright. Put that back on our stand back here. So now we have this completely wired up. We got our lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just finish it up by taping down those last wires. And now, Master Brutus, your helmet is electrifying. It'll be really fun when you're at a bar. Really fun if you're a bouncer, guys. There we go. That's it. That's how you wire up a helmet. This same wiring method can be used for any of the Halo helmets. Obviously adding more wire for the larger ones or more LEDs for the ones with more than just 2 LEDs in them. So again, this is Ben Streeper signing off.